value as work progresses. The value earned is the budgeted cost of the activity completed to date. A data point that expresses the value of work accomplished. Essential features of any EVM implementation include evaluation of planned work, called planned value, PV, or budgeted cost of work scheduled, BCWS. EVM implementations for large or complex projects include many more features, such as indicators and forecasts of cost performance, over budget or under budget, and schedule performance, behind schedule or ahead of schedule. A project plan that identifies work to be accomplished. Predefined earning rules, also called metrics, to quantify the accomplishment of work, called earned value, EV, or budgeted cost of work performed, BCWP. The most basic requirement of an EVM system is that it quantifies progress using PV and EV. Cost variance, CV equals EV AC. Schedule variance, SV equals EV PV. Cost Performance Index, CPI equals EV/AC. Schedule Performance Index, SPI equals EV/PV. Estimated Cost at Completion, EAC. In P6 we need below column. Activity ID, Activity Name BAC, EAC, PV, AC, SV, CV, SPI, CPI. Below is original name of each column. For example, BAC in P6 is Budget at Completion, BAC, Budget at Completion. EAC, Estimate at Completion Cost. PV, Planned Value Cost. EV, Earned Value Cost. AC, Actual Cost, SV, Schedule Variance. CV, Cost Variance. SPI, Schedule Performance Index. CPI, Cost Performance Index. Below is original name of each column. For example, BAC in P6 is Budget at Completion, BAC, Budget at Completion. EAC, Estimate at Completion Cost. PV, Planned Value Cost. EV, Earned Value Cost. AC, Actual Cost, SV, Schedule Variance. CV, Cost Variance. SPI, Schedule Performance Index. CPI, Cost Performance Index. Typical EVM report in P6. How to review the EVM report. Take 3 steps to understand EV report. Figure out performance index. Understand the data date in EV report. Examples to analyze. PV. BCWS. Planned value. PV equals % complete, planned, X task budget. The value of the portion of the task that is supposed to have been complete. EV, BCWP. Earned value. EV equals % complete, actual, X task budget. The value of the portion of the task that is actually complete. AC, ACWP. Actual cost. AC equals actual cost of the task. The actual cost of the task to date. BAC. Budget at completion. BAC equals project budget. Total overall project budget, planned. SV. Schedule variance. SV equals EV, PV. The amount that the task is ahead or behind schedule, expressed as a task value. SV0. Ahead of schedule. SV0. Behind of schedule. SPI. Schedule Performance Index. SPI equals EV/PV. The amount that the task is ahead or behind schedule, expressed as a % of task. SPI1. Ahead of schedule. SPI1. Behind of schedule. CV, Cost Variance. CV equals EV, AC. The amount that the task is over or under budget, expressed as a task value. CV0. Under budget. CV0. Over budget. CPI, Cost Performance Index. CPI equals EV/AC. The amount that the task is ahead or under budget, expressed as a % of task. CPI1. Under budget. CPI1. Over budget. EAC. Estimate at completion. EAC equals BAC/CPI. EAC equals AC plus BACEV. EAC equals AC plus ETC. EAC equals AC plus BACEV / SPI x CPI. The estimated project budget at the end of the project, given current project budget status. ETC estimate to complete. ETC equals EAC, AC, ETC equals new estimate. The expected cost to finish the project. Metrics. Average of CPI and SPI. CPI plus SPI, /2. Average 1.0 on track. 1.0 average 0.85 slightly behind schedule / over budget. 0.85 average 0.65 needs immediate attention. 0.65 average killed or restored. First example. For example, the total planned budget for a 4-day task is 1,000 yen and it starts on a Monday. If you set the status date to the following Wednesday, you'll see that the PV is 750,000 yen. For example, if you plan to get a lot more work done for that same 700,000 yen, that doesn't sound good. You need to know, you guess it, earned value, to fully assess the efficiency of your project. For example, if after 2 days 60% of the work on a task has been completed, you might expect to have spent 60% of the total task budget, or 600,000 yen. If it turns out that you spent 800,000 yen, then you can safely say you're over budget and behind schedule. An important topic for concatenating earned value terms is the data date. Earned value analysis assumes that you want to see the progress of the project before a specific point in the selected time. Typical EVM report graphic. Second example. 10 houses decoration project, duration 10 months. 1,000 yen is your total budget for all 10 homes. Yen 100k is budgeted for each home, which means you plan to spend 100,000 yen per month on the entire project. This includes money spent on material, tools, and a worker. You ask your account for a report after 2 months have passed. The accountant tells you 150,000 yen has been spent on the project so far. You think, great, I'm saving money. Then you realize your mistake. After 2 months' time, 20% of the project should have been done, because 2 months is 20% of the 10 months that you had originally planned to spend on the project. But only 1.5 houses are actually done, not 2. So, after 2 months, you should have spent 20% x 1,000 yen, or 200,000 yen, on the project to get it done on time, and 2 gardens should be complete, not 150,000 yen for 1.5 gardens. Now you realize you're actually behind schedule. Time to have a talk with the workers. It marries time with money because it multiplies currency by scheduled time, or % complete, in the jargon of professional project managers. Time is money, as the old saying goes. Given a project as followed. Answer the following questions. You are the project manager of a project to build fancy birdhouses. You are to build 2 birdhouses a month for 12 months. Each birdhouse is planned to cost $100. Your project is scheduled to last for 12 months. It is the beginning of month 10. You have built 20 birdhouses, and your CPI is 0.9091. Project. The contract stipulates that the excavation of 80,000 cubic meters earthwork in January and 160,000 cubic meters earthwork in February is planned, and the unit price of the contract is 85 yuan per cubic meter. The concrete is planned to be completed in March and 450 cubic meters in April, and the unit price of the contract is 600 cubic meters. 1. At the end of January, it is confirmed that the actual excavation quantity is 90,000 cubic meters, and the actual unit price is 72 yuan per cubic meter. What is the deviation CV of the project cost in January? 2.at the end of February, it is confirmed that the actual excavation earthwork is 180,000 cubic meters, the actual unit price is 72 yuan per cubic meter. What is schedule variance SV at the end of February? 3. The actual amount of concrete completed in March and April is 400 cubic meters, and the actual unit price is 700 yuan per cubic meter. The cost performance index in March is as follows. For DOT, what is the SPI at the end of April?